Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Leslie Karpiuk, and I am one of your child's elective teachers. This is my 18th year teaching, my 11th year in Carmel Clay Schools, and my 7th year at Carmel Middle School. These first few weeks we've been getting to know each other. Your child has been getting to know me, and I've been getting to know them. My number one priority is making sure that my classroom environment is welcoming and that all students feel loved and cared about and that they look forward to coming to class. Then we can focus on the content. Speaking of content, let's talk about what AVID is. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, which means kids are motivated on their own individually to do the best that they can and to be prepared. So what is AVID? It's a lot of things really, but the number one thing for me is that we are a family. I have these 8th graders all year long, and all of my other courses are 9-week quarter courses. But AVID is the one course that I get to have all year long, and we really get to know each other, and I truly feel like we are a supportive family first and foremost. Yes, in this class we are going to get ourselves prepared for high school and beyond. It's a positive peer group. We do rigorous work. We work on note-taking and study skills and strategies and organizational skills. We also focus on how to prioritize our work and time management. These are real-life skills that are going to help them in not only all of their current courses, but all of their classes in the future and future careers. We also talk about test-taking strategies, and we really focus on study skills and how we can, especially this year, navigate that hybrid schedule and balancing our at-home time and our school time when we're in person, and how to make sure that we are using our time wisely and getting our work done when we're at home. So I always tell kids this, doing AVID strategies in AVID class is easy. That's the easy part. It's easy to do AVID in the AVID class. The hard part is doing AVID strategies in all of your other classes. Okay, that's the hard part, is taking what we're learning and applying in AVID and taking it out to those other classes and applying those strategies to the other classes. I throw this in here because I like to remind parents, because I need to remind myself and students that yes, whether you're new to AVID this year or you were in AVID last year in 7th grade, habits take time to change. AVID is not an immediate fix. It's not a Band-Aid. Your child isn't going to magically stop forgetting to turn in assignments or be magically organized perfectly and be able to prioritize their work right this second. The goal is for us to build these habits over the course of the school year. And then I see it as my goal being, I've got 9 months with them to get them ready for high school, and we're going to continue to build those skills. Let's take a quick look at my Canvas course. It has the same layout as every other teacher's Canvas course. I have the same 3 buttons across the bottom. Important to note is that the resources button is really helpful for AVID students, because if they need extra copies of something, or they need to know how their binder should be set up, or we need to look at some things for note-taking, or if you want to know more about tutorials, helpful hints for their planner, things like that. Later on when we get into tutorials and they need these extra sheets, or they're looking for some note paper for notes, things like that are under our resources tab, and there's a lot of really good stuff here. If you need to contact me for anything, you can click the contact button to send me a message. But all of the content, whether we are in person or at home, can be found under the modules button. The way that I lay out my modules is where the most recent module is at the top. So you can see, and I think of the modules as like 4-day cycles. I see my 8th graders in every 4 days, and so they're in person with me and we do a lesson, and then the next day they're at home and they do the at-home portion. And then they go and do their other elective, in person and then at home, and then I see them again. So that first week of school we focused on welcome, getting to know each other, our social contract for the classroom. They looked at their student agreement at home, and we looked at some AVID strategy things to kind of refresh their memory or to introduce them to our new AVID students. And then most recently here this last week, we started focusing on organization, setting up our binders, and we talked about how to contact our teachers in a professional way when we need to contact them through Canvas or email to ask for help or get clarification. And then students were showing off their study space at home because we're starting to talk about the importance of that balance between their at home and in person, and making sure that they're getting their work done and having that motivation and discipline to get the work done when they're at home on their at home days. The modules will look like this. There'll be usually a topic at the top here so that it's obvious which one we're working on this week, like this was last week. And then organization is right now. There'll be a new module this next week for the next 4-day cycle. This is what we did in person. There's always going to be an agenda that will tell you what we're doing. This actually tells exactly what we're doing in class that day in person. And then this is what they need to accomplish when they are at home. So they are going to look through the agenda, and then anything else that they need to complete or that they need in order to complete their work will be listed after the agenda in the module. So this is what they worked on at home here this past week. AVID is family. And I really see the role of AVID and my role as their AVID teacher, especially this year, as being that support system for the rest of their classes. So the hybrid schedule requires a pretty delicate balance between the in-person part and the working at home piece. And that at home piece is really going to require some discipline on your child's part in order to be successful. And that's new for all of us, but I'm here to help. Just know that. My students are my inspiration. Thank you for your patience and support and understanding as we've navigated this new normal of the hybrid schedule together. We will figure this out, and we will continue to learn as we go, and you are truly appreciated. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns, or if something doesn't make sense. I make mistakes too. Here's to an awesome quarter and a great school year. Take care.